Good day, guys. Welcome to video number 1, I guess. The other one was an intro to what we are talking about. So video number 1 of my series to India. If you guys haven't watched my intro, you should go watch the intro video to this series. But this is my India in a nutshell video. So just some basic things that I saw and recognized in India while I was there. Hi, my name is Amy. I am 20 years old. I am from Canada and I went to India for 32 days. And I did bring my passport to prove that I went to India for 32 days. Also, just to brag that I got my little stamp. I left India and then went back to India, so I actually have another stamp right there for departure. So there we go. I went to India. All right, so I have a little note sheet here, just things about India that I think are interesting. You might not think are interesting, but this is India in a nutshell. Everyone in India drives a Suzuki. The cars in India are like really different. Like, they're like a normal car. First of all, everyone drives a stick. They're all manual cars. So if you're going to India and you plan on renting a car, make sure you know how to drive a manual. Everyone drives a manual. They're just the thing over there. So cars in India are very, very tiny. And like, even I find like width, even like I don't know if this is a fact, but the cars seemed smaller in width. Like, I feel like I was really smushing in to the cars that I was sharing with people. Like, 3 seats in my Explorer fit 3 people, but 3 seats in the Suzuki were literally like, you're mushed. Like, you couldn't be more than 10 centimeters wide. Yeah. And then another crazy thing about the cars in India is that they run on 2 fuels. They run on gasoline and CNG. They call it petro and CNG. So they run on petro and CNG, which is crazy. So there's like 2 gas tanks. And if your car is filling up on CNG, you all have to get out of the car. You're like, okay, time to get the CNG, everyone get out. I was like, oh, okay, so. Yeah, CNG. That was kind of scary because they're like, yeah, you have to get out in case the car explodes. What? Yeah, I'm still not quite sure what CNG is. I'll have to Google it. But yeah, you have to get out of the car for that. Food. I would recommend trying it all. There were definitely some foods that I definitely did not like at all. Like, I am very much so hot and cold are separate. Hot and cold do not mix. But like, I don't know what it's called. I can't remember. I'm sure I have a photo somewhere. It's like this hot thing, and then with yogurt, which they call curd, and it's like literally hot in yogurt. And I think that's like the worst texture, the worst combination ever. But this is a really popular thing. Also, like, there was like this ice cream with noodles. Like, I felt very disgusted. I had to try it though. I did try a lot. I did make a couple faces, be like, ew, I don't know about this, but I did try everything, and I learned that I did not like a lot of it. I did try lassi. Lassi is like milk, yogurt milk shake thing drink. I don't know how to describe it. It's a little chunkier, but it's like so good. I really liked it a lot, lassi. And you can like, I think there's like different flavors you can get. And then I really like white chickpeas. Anything white chickpea was really good. And paneer tikka masala, butter paneer, just paneer everything. I love paneer. Towards the end there, I was getting really sick and my body started to reject the paneer because of how much paneer I was eating. Like, I started to get real sick after eating paneer towards the last like 10 days. Don't drink the water or eat ice cubes unless you are from India and your stomach can handle it. The entire time I was drinking bottled water, and then we went to this one Masi's house, auntie, and I didn't realize I wasn't drinking filtered water, and I drank it and I gave myself beaver fever from the water, essentially, as what we call as beaver fever. I got really sick, so sick, it's not even funny. I couldn't eat anything, and what I did eat was coming out of my butthole as liquid within 20 minutes. I literally felt like I was peeing out of my butthole, and this lasted for like 15 days. I had such bad beaver fever just from drinking the water, and I was literally eating off of plain rice for 15 days because plain rice was the only thing that would stay in my stomach. So that was very sad. So don't drink the water, make sure it's filtered, and if you buy anything like out in the market, it's typically going to be made with regular water and not bottled water, but if you can, try and get bottled water as much as possible. Another thing was bring toilet paper if you don't know how to use water. So I was prepared for this. I did bring toilet paper. I brought like 5 rolls of toilet paper, and essentially I used all the toilet paper because I was sick. And then while I was sick, I was out of toilet paper, or I didn't bring toilet paper. It was all left at one of the Masi's house. And yeah, that was very awkward. I'll have to get into that in another video. You can buy toilet paper in India too, so we definitely bought more toilet paper after that. Dress modestly. I feel like it depends on where you are, essentially. If you are traveling South India, you don't have to be as modest, I have heard, essentially, but I was in northern India, so dressing modestly was pretty much like the thing. So any dresses that were just above the knee or just below the knee, you put pants on underneath. Dresses in general, just put pants on underneath. If you have like a strappy dress, which I did, you can just put a scarf on. Easy peasy, because it's hot for sure. But anything with like a chunkier sleeve, or even most Indian like traditional clothes have a 3/4 length sleeve like this, or a little longer, and I'll do another video on all of the Indian clothes. But yeah, just dress modestly, and that's all I can really say to that. Most of my dresses were to my ankles. I didn't have any like short dresses that I wore in India. Bucket showers. I was not prepared for bucket showers. It took me a while to get used to washing my hair with the bucket. I couldn't quite understand if I was getting water on my head or if I was getting all the soap out of my hair. So I didn't, took me like, I don't know, 2 weeks to master the bucket shower, but now I feel like a pro at bucket showers. If you're staying in hotels, your hotels are going to have a normal shower head, but if you're staying in like local villages, like small town hotels, or at people's homes, bucket showers, please be prepared for your bucket shower. And with that, there are no mirrors in bathrooms typically. You have to find a mirror in like a bedroom or something. So when you're like washing your hair, you can't see if you're washing it, or like brushing your teeth, you can't see if you're brushing your teeth properly. You can't look in the mirror, essentially, because there are no mirrors in bathrooms in a lot of like homes. Going along with the bucket showers, bring shower shoes. So I had Crocs, and I wore my Crocs in the shower because I knew they would dry. I knew they'd be fine in the shower. So shower shoes. Go to the dollar store, get a cheap pair of shoes, just wear shower shoes, because they're bucket showers. I don't know, it just feels different. I don't know how to describe it. Like, it's just one of those things that you want to wear shower shoes for. Like, the reason why you wear your shower shoes when you go camping is the same essential reason that I think you would wear shower shoes in homes and in even hotels. You wear the shower shoes in like hotels too. If it's like a small town hotel and it's like bucket shower style, yeah, I don't know if that makes sense. I assume when you're going to India, you definitely do plan on going to temples, but if you plan on going to temples, which I hope you do, when you're in India, you're in Temple Central. India is filled with beautiful temples. I'll make another video on that. But essentially, if you're going to the temples, wear shoes that are easy to slip on and slip off, because when you walk into those temples, you have to take off your shoes, or you have to hand your shoes in. And I'll make a whole video about temple etiquette and how to enter a temple and just essential tips for temples if you've never been to a temple. I have been prepared for the temples before I went to India because I went to temples with my friend. I even went to gurdwaras with my friend before I went to India, so I was prepared. I knew these things. But if you don't have an Indian friend and you're just going to India to go to India and you don't know these things, bring slip-on shoes, whether it's flip-flops, Crocs, slides, Birkenstocks. Bring slip-on shoes. I also want to say, lots of places, you put your shoes on the outside of the place and you walk in, and you have to be aware that there still is a chance that your shoes may or may not be stolen if they're not like actually handed in to, if there's no like shoe booth where you hand your shoes in and they give you a number and then you give your number back and you get your shoes. If there's no shoe booth, you have to understand that your shoes may or may not get stolen. So I'm not gonna tell you not to wear your Birks, but I would not wear my Birks. And I also brought like a crappy pair of old Crocs, a crappy pair of Walmart flip-flops, because India, I hate saying this because it's not fully true, but India is dirty. There's a chance that you're gonna step in dog poop, food, just anything sticky. So don't bring expensive shoes to India is what I'm saying. But find a nice slip-on pair of shoes. Just go to the dollar store, get a nice pair of flip-flops that you're comfortable in, slide on off, and if they get stolen, you won't be upset. And if they get dirty, you won't be upset. Shoes that you can throw out in India that you don't have to bring home. If you're from Canada, where driving is very like essentially like organized, where you like stay in the lines, you use your signal lights, you shoulder check, and like you know all these rules, and there's so many signs and there's speed limits and whatever. If you are very much so aware and cautious of driving, and you are in a car in India, or just traveling on a roadway in general in India, whether it's by rickshaw, car, bus, or whatever, please ignore the traffic. I know, like, my friend hadn't been to India in 6 years, and they were like, oh my gosh, the driving is crazy, and I didn't freak out at all because I had prepared myself, but they had been away for so long that they just thought it was insane. They drive on the other side of the road from what we drive, so that really kind of threw me off a bit after, when we were turning in some cities. Like, we were in Chandigarh and we were turning, and I was like, oh my gosh, we're turning in the wrong lane. They're like, oh yeah, we're driving on the left side of the road, duh. But no, you just have to understand that they just drive. In India, you just drive, and it is organized chaos, okay? It is organized chaos. So it's not crazy. It makes sense if you're actually paying attention to the drivers. I was there for 30 days, so I saw the driving, I learned the driving. It's nothing. It's really, I actually think India driving is safer than Canada driving, because everyone is always watching. You are constantly using your horn, be like beep beep, move out of the way, beep beep, I'm coming behind you, beep beep, I'm passing you. I think India is honestly a safer driven country than Canada, let me be honest. I'll do another video about driving, but essentially I went to Chicago in February, and every single car in Chicago had a dent in it, a scratch on it. The driving in Chicago was chaotic. Like, it was like people weren't staying in their lanes, and like, as you know, like, you stay in your lane, you put your signal light on, you shoulder check, but people were just like zooming everywhere, and for the people that do stay in their lane, that causes accidents. In India, there's lanes, but no one stays in them, and they just go, you just drive. And all the cars in India were like in pristine condition. Like, I never saw a dent, I never saw like scratches, like even mirrors like weren't cracked that like I see here. In Canada and Chicago, cars are mushed because everyone drives correct, and you have one person that's not driving correct, while in India everyone drives like organized chaos, and so your car stays very, very well. So, and I think that's enough for this video. I'll do another half of just India in a nutshell in video number 2. So that's it for this video, and I'll see you in the next. Bye.